Hey everybody, it's Dr. Eric Shoemake. I want to talk to you about one of the most important habits that you can develop that will change everything regarding your nutrition, and that's reading food labels. This is the keystone habit that will affect all the other habits around you. So you're going to learn the 3 dirty little secrets of food companies and how they put stuff in your food and sneak it by you. So we're going to teach you how to become a food label ninja. The whole reason I want to teach you this though is because this is a step that you can take to reclaim your health. And you may have been told in your past that it's your genetics, or you're never going to be able to be well, or you've been given a diagnosis that's never going to go away. And that's absolutely not the truth if you start taking control, because you have an amazing ability to heal and be well, and you have an incredible capacity to overcome whatever obstacle is in your way. And this is a great place to do it. So no matter where you're at, you might feel like you're going to have to live with it the rest of your life. You might feel like you're stuck on these medications, or no doctors have ever been able to help you, but I promise you there is hope. And that's why we're doing this dinner with the doc coming up here in a couple of weeks, where we allow you to bring someone to dinner, and our job is to give them hope, is to speak life and hope into them. And we go out with, usually 30, 40 people, and you get to bring them to dinner. I get up and talk, I get excited and tell them about what true health and healing is. And if they want to come in and get checked, then they can. If they don't have any problems and they don't want to get checked, then they just get to have dinner. It's really low pressure and a lot of fun. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to call some of your friends and family and try to get them involved with Maximize Living. This would be a great place to do that. So if you have somebody you want to invite to dinner, you can respond to this email, and we're also going to be talking about it a lot coming up here in the next few weeks in the office. So let's go ahead and get into the 3 dirty little secrets, or the tricks that you need to know. The first one is, and I'm going to use this can of baked beans because this will tell us, all 3 of them are going to be used on here as an example. The first one is, watch out for what's on the front. Ignore what's on the front, because what they put here on this one specifically, these are original baked beans, and it says 98% fat-free. You can't fall for the fat-free claim, because when they say it's high in fat or low in fat, that means it's high in sugar. So most people would look at this and go, oh man, this is low fat, this is going to be great for me. Well, you can't fall for that. So don't worry about what's on the front. You got to be smart and make sure you turn it around and look at what's on the back, because this is the truth about what's in there. The front is just marketing and advertising. So ignore what's on the front. If it says it's endorsed by the American Heart Association or the American Cancer Society, it's not the American Anti-Cancer Society, it's the American Cancer Society. And what they do is manage people with cancer all the time. And when I was first going to do a talk, I remember when I first opened my office, I said, I'm going to go do a talk for the American Cancer Society about nutrition. And she said, okay, that'd be great if you want to volunteer and do that. Here's what you can talk about. And she gives me a pamphlet, and I look at it, and it's literally everything I would tell a patient to eat if I wanted them to get cancer. So just because the American Heart Association or something says it's good for you doesn't mean anything. So ignore what's on the front. That's number 1. Number 2 is you got to look at serving sizes. Any rational human being would look at this little can of beans and think that might be a serving, like this would be 1 serving, or maybe 2. But if you actually look on here, it's 3.5 servings. So they expect 4 people to eat this little can of beans right here, which is insane. So what you'll do is you'll look on the back and you'll say, okay, it's got 12 grams of sugar, so this must be good. But it's got 3.5 serving size, so it's actually like 40 plus grams of that's 12 grams per serving. So if you multiply that times 3.5, you're at 40 plus grams of sugar, and then carbohydrates is 29 grams. So really you're talking almost 100 grams of carbohydrates just in this little can of baked beans right here. So this would obviously not be a good choice for you and your family, because there's so much sugar in there. All they did was shrink the serving size so it doesn't look so bad on the label. And then the last thing, number 3, is you have to read what's actually in there. So if you turn it sideways, you can see, so it's got prepared white beans, water, brown sugar, and then you keep on going down the list, modified cornstarch, which is sugar, and then you get to the end and it says natural flavor. And those of you who've heard me talk about this before know that's usually MSG. They can put MSG in your food and they just call it natural flavor or artificial flavor, and it's actually MSG. So you got to watch out for those things. There's other like modified cornstarch, there's hydrolyzed vegetable proteins, there's several different ways they can hide MSG in your food. So if it's something that you don't recognize, a lot of times it's MSG. So 3 rules. Don't worry about what's on the front. Make sure you look at the serving size when you're reading the nutritional information, and then make sure you can pronounce everything that's on the label. And if you do those things, I guarantee it'll change the way you're putting food in your house and food in your body for the rest of your life.